Well, finally, NBA playoffs.
Finally, about time.
Well, I'm
Been
just-
waiting a while. Long season.
Well, the season gets so long every year. Yeah, it's just well, we'll talk about it
Feels
here in a
like it's
minute.
long,
but
but-
we've been gone for a little while. We are back. Life got in the way. We had a few things going on. Couldn't get caught up. We had the two big casts, but we are back and gonna get more consistent.
Got more stuff coming.
Yeah, man.
Got more stuff coming your way.
All right, come on back in. We'll talk about the NBA. Yeah, so welcome back to the Midnight Riders podcast. I'm Johnny.
Chuck.
We are back, and it's NBA playoff time, finally. I tell you what, that season gets longer every year, and it gets more, it's just debilitating.
It can be, especially when you're here and you haven't been able to watch it for a while. But this year's a little different. Got our Thunder that's making it a little worthwhile watching for
Yeah.
a change. The past couple years been man.
Well,
It's been brutal, but it seemed longer. But yeah, it's a long season.
Well, all year long, I just kept waiting for the Thunder to do it, to start the swoon and go down here. But I tell you what, man, them kids just played their asses off.
I think everybody
they
thought
just
they were
played
everybody
their
knew they were
ass
going to be better, but nobody, not even Vegas, thought they were
No.
going to do what they did. They were way above their win total.
Well,
They
and
never let up.
well, and there toward the end, I was really hoping they might lose a little to get down to that third seed. I was really wanting them to get that third seed so they could definitely get Phoenix or somebody like that. But
Right.
but now that they got the first and LA won the
Well,
first
LA
round,
Yep.
I mean they're sitting pretty.
Yeah, I didn't want them to play the Lakers, and
No.
I didn't want them
No.
to play Minnesota. Those are
No.
those are two I wanted them to stay away from.
Yeah.
Got that.
Well,
Another
yeah,
good
yeah.
Draw.
I mean, they're both on the other side of the bracket, first of all.
Yep.
But I mean, now you get either New Orleans or Sacramento, which they played well against
Good
on the
match.
road with both of them.
Good matchup. Zion's hurt. Who
Yeah.
knows if he's gonna be. I mean, that's really their only insight.
Yeah. Well, then
So-
if they win it, we'll get to the way the
Right.
bracket's set up and all that kind of fun stuff. But let's start in the East. Let's start in the East. In the number one seed, of course, Boston. They had it. Hell, they had it wrapped up halfway through the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're so good.
Just for reference, this is the 19th. The Heat and Bulls are going on right now. to see who
April
plays, and
19. Yeah.
Heat's pounding the Bulls like everybody.
Oh, the Bulls.
pretty much, like everybody anticipated. So.
Well, after Miami, there really wasn't much left in the east on the east side of the bracket. I mean, Chicago got in with 39 wins. Miami's the next closest with 46. I mean, they backed in as the best of the worst teams in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't much doubt in my mind they were the ones that were going to get knocked out of the play-in stuff. And I mean, Miami's not bad.
No, they're not bad, but they're.
I mean,
I don't think they're going. They're not going.
Well, they're going to end up
I don't think
playing.
they'll touch
They're going to end up playing Boston. So let's start there. Boston. I mean, Miami might win a home game, but I really don't.
Maybe.
I really don't see them winning more than one.
I had them as I had it as a 4-1.
I mean, you've been a Boston.
I think-
You've been a Boston Celtic fan your whole
Oh,
life.
yeah.
You followed
Oh,
them forever.
Oh yeah.
But every year Boston seems to. Man, they just
Yeah.
seem to choke it off.
They get there.
They get there and they just can't, for some reason, they can't get over. Are they past
Yeah,
that?
but they are so much above even where. I mean, what was the closest? The 14 games. I mean, they were
Yeah.
above and beyond even what
Yeah.
normal fans expected out of them.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to. I mean, we'll get there. I think they're getting to the championship now.
Well, I mean,
what happens in there?
every year we say
Right.
they're going to get there. I mean, the past 3 or 4 years they should have gotten there, and here
Yep.
we are
Yeah,
again.
but I
Here we are again.
really think this is it. But
Well,
yeah, it's
what makes me think they're going to get there this time is if you look at the rest. I mean, the next closest team is either Milwaukee or the Knicks. Those two are the other two teams that I think played most consistently.
most consistently. But you look for the Sixers. I really do.
Well,
Embiid's back. If he's totally healthy,
that's the thing. I don't know if he is.
Right.
This time of year, you want to put him in the lineup just because I got to have him in the lineup. But is he 100%? He's got to be 100% to be that effective to beat the Celtics, in my opinion.
But my thing is, you talk about a bad luck draw. The Knicks, who you get the 76ers as a 7 seed, who's not a 7 seed at all.
No,
they just.
Yeah, well then if you win, you're probably going to knock door on Milwaukee.
Then you get Milwaukee.
But
who's had a quote down season with 49 wins.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then they'll have the home court, and I think Boston's going to handle Miami after Miami handles Chicago tonight. I think Boston wins that pretty easy.
Yes.
On the other side, the same on that side of the bracket, you've got Cleveland and Orlando. Which, thinking of that seems to be a fairly even match. Neither one of them have blown the doors off for me.
No. I had the Magic. I have Magic beating them.
I think Orlando's just a little bit better. I think they're a little bit deeper.
Yeah. They're definitely deeper.
It's one of those just hard to call.
It's
just hard to call.
The Cleveland's just, I don't know what it is. I haven't been impressed. I know they've had a good year. Something about watching Cleveland, I don't know, they bore me, I guess. I don't know.
They do. They do. There's not a whole lot to it.
Can't get it.
Yeah.
A lot, but I had the Magic beating the Cavs. Of course, we got the Bucks winning.
Well, the Bucks and Indiana against Milwaukee. I still think Indiana had 47 wins. What Milwaukee? Mm-hmm. Milwaukee had 49.
Mm-hmm.
They're only a couple of games apart, but Milwaukee had. They weren't 100% all the time.
No, and they're tested.
And
they're playoff tested.
You don't like to say somebody was tanking anything, okay? But you could see Milwaukee wasn't playing with their whole heart towards the end there. They were. I don't know if they were just resting people or if they were just playing 75% just because they knew. Whatever. The division still ended up close. I
can see Indiana winning a couple games. I can see it being a 4-2, but I don't.
Sure.
I don't think they're beating the Bucks.
Well, I don't either. I think Milwaukee's just like you say. They're battle tested. They're playoff ready. They've always been. They're a good playoff team. I'm Milwaukee there. Then what's the last one we got? That's it.
Knicks and Sixers.
Knicks and Sixers. See, well, let's go back to that. It's just so hard for me to figure out Philadelphia. It's just hard because I don't know to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Throughout the NBA season, it's so damn long, and everybody has injury problems, and everybody goes through those lulls without a guy or two. And New York did it too. The Knicks did it too. But the guys that they had not go, were they as important as who the Philadelphia 76ers didn't have go during the injury times?
Right.
And it's just so hard to judge. I still think the Knicks are better than Philadelphia. I may be totally wrong here, but I don't know.
If Brunson plays like he should, it's going to be tough. I've got the Sixers winning the series. I think
really.
I think though. I don't have any faith in the Knicks. I just don't.
My deal is
I really like Brunson. I think he's underrated. I think he's a hell of a player.
Well, two teams that are close, in my opinion, and I may be totally wrong. I just think home court's going to make a difference here.
No, it could.
I think that extra game. This is one that I think can go 7. I think
without a doubt.
I think there's a solid chance that it's just home chalk the entire way. So I give a little bit of a nod to the Knicks on this, just a little bit to the Knicks. But even then, I don't think the Knicks or the Sixers beat Boston, so it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of. It's Cleveland or Orlando. I'm sorry, I don't think Cleveland or Orlando.
No, they got the Bucks and Pacers.
Let my brain get caught up.
Calm down.
What I'm trying to say.
Settle the hell down.
The Knicks and the Sixers, they're going to play Milwaukee, so I don't think it matters because I think Milwaukee is better than those two.
I think Milwaukee gets through.
So it's just what I'm thinking. I don't know, but so let's just say I'd have Boston against Orlando. Of course, I got to think Boston's going to take that.
Yes.
Then I'd have Milwaukee and the Knicks, and I think Milwaukee takes that.
Yeah, I had Milwaukee and the Sixers, but I got Milwaukee winning that though.
Well, either way, any way we look at this, we both got Milwaukee and Boston in the East Finals, and when you get there, that's when Boston usually stops being Boston, and Milwaukee starts being Milwaukee. And so that's the only thing that scares me. You look at the records, and Milwaukee 49 wins, and Boston with 64. 15 games better.
Right.
And I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't trust Boston. If I was still a betting man, I still don't think I'd bet on them.
No, I wouldn't bet on them. I think I wouldn't put any money on. I don't trust them that much. I just think that, man.
Well,
you can't be this far above and beyond and better than everybody all season long. This big of a difference.
Well, I wouldn't. Well,
I wouldn't think.
Well, you wouldn't think, but I mean, if you match man to man, Boston's better than everybody.
Yes.
But I'll take a step out and say this: if anybody besides Milwaukee comes out of the bottom bracket, Boston walks. They go all the way through. They're there. They're head and shoulders better than the other three. Right. But Milwaukee scares me for Boston. I'm not a Boston Celtics fan. Right. I'm not really. I mean, Oklahoma City Thunder's the only team I really truly closely follow because we live in Oklahoma City. But I wouldn't mind Boston finally getting to the finals.
Yeah. I got them getting there. I think they're finally going to get there.
I just think they. I don't want to say the word deserve is a little harsh for me.
Sure.
But they've had so many bad. I don't know if you want to say. Surprises or bad luck or whatever word you want to use, but my gosh, I don't know.
I think that I honestly think maybe it's just wishful thinking, I guess, because I've always been a Celtics fan.
Yes, you have.
I love the Thunder, but I'm a old Celtics guy. I just think they're I don't say dupe, but I just think they're finally putting it.
As Thunder people, I hope Boston chokes. I hope Milwaukee chokes and the Thunder keeps winning. Yeah, I'd love to see that happen. But
right.
But okay, so we both have, theoretically speaking, at this point, we both got Boston going to the end. We'll visit this probably on a weekly basis as we do our podcast here. We're going to do NBA updates every week, and we'll see how we do on that. So let's move over to the West.
West side.
Minnesota and Phoenix.
Yeah.
Minnesota and Phoenix. Phoenix is good.
No, Phoenix is real good.
Phoenix is good. Minnesota. They're stacked.
Big.
They're huge. They muscle people around, and that's hard to say in the NBA. But they are. I mean, again, like we talked about the Knicks and the Sixers, when they're 100%, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Oh my God!
Yeah, I am maybe jumping ahead here. I don't know, but I think they'll beat the Suns. I think it's a close series, but I think they'll beat the Suns.
You think it goes 7 or?
I think it very possibly goes 7.
Yeah,
I think it's going at least 6.
I was thinking 6. I think Minnesota's just a little bit better. But if Durant gets hot, they better watch out because.
Oh yeah.
If he gets hot, I think there's a chance they could lose one at home, and if they lose one at home, there's a problem.
It could easily flip. I really want to see a Timberwolves and Nuggets matchup. I really want to watch that series.
Yeah,
series would be so good to watch.
Well, and it being a second round matchup is somehow that happened.
Right.
Thank you, Thunder.
Yes.
But I mean, I'm going to give Minnesota this much of an edge. I think there's something about Phoenix that kind of scares me, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
It's that you got Booker, you got Durant.
I know.
I mean, they can play.
They can go.
They can.
They really can.
Yeah.
But like you said, when Minnesota's Minnesota, they are just ungodly.
They're huge.
So
they're good.
But
I really look forward to that.
Okay, on that same side of the bracket, we got Denver and the LeBrons. I mean,
I'll watch this. I'll watch every minute of this I can just to watch the Lakers get beat.
Well, every time the Lakers do something else just to appease LeBron, it makes me just want to puke. I mean, did you see the latest thing they did?
Which one?
Well, they were just celebrating the fact that they've won 3 in a row play-in games.
Oh, yeah, good job.
If you're playing 3 in a row play-in games, you're not that successful.
Way to be the Niners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not that successful.
That's right. Bronny's coming out.
Yeah. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that shit in a minute. I got something to say about that. But anyway, I mean, I don't think the Lakers have been playing great. They always play great at the end of the year. They always coast until the end. Right. LeBron's teams always coast till the end, and then here they come. Right. I don't think they got enough to beat Denver.
They don't. I don't think so. I don't think you can do what you want. Well, they can't match up.
Well, I was getting ready for this thing, and I noticed that the Lakers have lost the eight games in a row to Denver.
Is it 8?
It's 8 in a row they've lost to Denver.
They can't stop Jokic.
They can't stop. No, they can't. They got nothing to stop him.
Davis is there, and Davis does a pretty good job as well as anybody. But you can't stop the guy.
No,
and
they don't have an answer for him. Very few people have an answer for him. Very few, but especially the Lakers are all shoot. I don't see how it goes past 5 games.
No, I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping for a sweep.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
Lakers will probably get 1. They'll probably win 1.
Yeah, I don't see it going past 5. Denver's just that much better than they are.
Yes,
and I'm not a me in the Lake. I'm just not a ever since Magic left, I'm not a Laker guy.
Nope.
So we've got Denver and Minnesota on that side. We'll get to that in a second. We got the Clippers and the Mavericks.
Should be another really good series.
This is going to be a Donnybrook, I think. That's an old word for you youngsters out there. Donnybrook would mean a good battle.
I think we're going. I think this is another one that's got the capacity to go 7. It's got the.
I do. 7. I know. I mean, when you got Russell Westbrook as your 6th man and he's playing as well as he's playing, dude. I mean,
once he accepted that role,
yeah, that's all it took.
Yeah.
For him to finally say, "Okay, I'll play."
I understand that.
Number 6.
Right.
I'll take that number 6 role. And then whenever they gave it to him, and he went in there and said, "This is who I am." Oh my God!
Yeah.
It was the old Russ that we kind of what we had here.
What we loved. Take control of the game and doing this stuff that some of these other guys refuse to do.
Well, you put him out.
What he's done.
You put him out there as a lead guy on line 2. I mean, my gosh, wow.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think it goes 7, but I think Clippers win this one. I got the Clippers winning.
I think home court takes a lot out of is what this will take.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think the Clippers can carry this because of the home court advantage. This could go 7. The Clippers, their home and road, they had 15 road losses and 16 home losses. So playing on the road and at home, they're really a good team everywhere they go.
Sure.
They're one is not better than the other.
Yeah.
Same with Dallas. They were 16 losses at home and on the road, so they were 50-50. So that's why I think the home court's going to be a big deal, and I think the Clippers win because of that.
Yeah, I do too. I got the Clippers winning that. I just think they're just a little bit better, a little bit deeper.
They are.
I got them winning.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have Doncic go for 40, they're in trouble. So, yeah.
And then we got the Thunder. Our Oklahoma City Thunder got the number 1 seed. Boy, that last couple of weeks, it was interesting.
Yeah,
it really was.
Yep, they were holding on to the 3 seed.
Well, it was weird. It's like I couldn't tell if anybody was jockeying for that spot or if they wanted 1, 2, or 3. I mean, to go in there, but when you get the home court through the whole playoffs, it's worth it, right. And especially in the West. And I think they got lucky with both the Lakers and Golden State moving themselves to where we didn't have to deal with either one of them. I mean, Golden State wasn't playing great. They had a lot of holes, but I still didn't like the matchup with Oklahoma City, with Golden State.
No, I mean, I'm not a... I think they'll get by it, but I'm not a... I mean, Sacramento, New Orleans has to play tonight.
Yeah.
And I would much rather see them play New Orleans than Sacramento.
I would agree. New Orleans, they're not 100%.
No.
And I think we match up much better with New Orleans. Sacramento's one of those scary teams that'll just sneak up on you and slap you when you're not looking.
Yeah,
that's what concerns me about Sacramento.
I'd much rather play New Orleans because nobody knows what Oklahoma City's going to do. It's their first playoff for all of them.
Sure.
I don't think any of them. I don't think Shea ever. His first year.
But these guys are playing like, I don't care if it's a playoff game. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's another game. It's another game here at the what is it called now? It's not the
I think it's the Paycom now.
Yeah, the Paycom. Yeah. At the con, they call it the con.
Yeah.
The PC.
Yeah, the PC. Yeah, that's
I mean, it's just another home game to these guys, and I don't know any of you guys out there that watch any of the Thunder games that you've watched, on TNT or whatever, or ABC, but I tell you what, at the end of every game, they do the interview, and it's a team deal.
Every time.
Every time. If they want to interview one guy, but boy, the whole team covering these kids are playing like a team, and it's just so refreshing. And it's
what they're doing. They're all young. What, 23.6 23.7?
The youngest age average of the NBA finals or NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Number one seeds ever.
Yeah.
And
they've been talked about all year long how, they're going to hit the wall. They're going to hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be able to keep this up. They're all going to have their issues. And
they haven't.
And they're still playing.
Well,
7, 8, 9, 10 guys deep.
And you got to give a lot of credit to the coach. He wins Coach of the Year.
You talk about a great hire. Again, Presti.
But this guy, he knows how to coach kids. And that's what he did. He coached kids. He treated...
And for those of y'all that don't know, the G League team just won their championship too. So there's more coming.
Yeah, the Thunder's G League team won the league. And here and the fun thing about that, again, local stuff here, but whenever they played the finals, most of the Thunder team were at the game watching the Blue play.
Yeah.
So it's just the atmosphere that they built from the ground up, and my God, and they still got, I don't know, 7 or 8, 9, 10 first-round picks the next 2 years that they could play with, and
they got cap room.
They've got cap room. They can back up a couple of Brinks trucks to get a couple of good solid. It's just going to be fun to watch.
All they need is one.
It's going to be fun to watch.
One more big guy. One more big veteran guy. And
yes.
Good Lord.
Somebody can come in and kind of just spot these guys and give them a little bit of a breather and get in there and knock a few heads around. They
need rebounding. They need rebounding bad.
Well, they need a bruiser. They need somebody like they had when they had Kendrick Perkins. Yep. Somebody can come in there and just shove bodies around. Be sure you get your 6 fouls every game. Get in there and knock some people's heads off, scare them a little bit, then bring the kids back in, let them play. Then when it gets a little rough, bring the bruiser back in there, knock some heads around. These guys are just. Whoever it is, I think they beat New Orleans or Sacramento.
Yeah, I think they win it. I just worry more about Sacramento than I do New Orleans, but I still think they win it.
Well, we go to the second round. That puts the Thunder against the Clippers, which it's going to be a tough one.
Very.
It's going to be tough. The Clippers have got so much veteran leadership, so much veteran been in the playoffs, where every game you have to win every game, unlike. During the season, you win one, you lose.
I really want to watch that. I really hope it comes to that. I really want to watch that series. I want to see Westbrook come back here and play in a playoff.
Oh yeah,
it'll be good. It'll be good.
We'll give him a standing ovation.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Classy fans around here. Yeah. He won't get booed. And the thing about it is the Clippers are so good. They're starting to play like a team.
Well, they're playing like everybody's thought they were the past couple years.
But I think their legs might start to give a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're older, whereas these young kids, the kids at Oklahoma City are ready to go. Let's go. Let's play. I'm going to give the Thunder a little edge just because of the home court. It might go 7, and if it does, I think the home court wins it for the Thunder. I'm going to go Thunder in a very, very tight series.
That's what I got. I got the Thunder winning this.
Okay.
I got the Thunder.
You got them blowing it out, or just
no?
Okay.
I had it as if I had a 6-game series. I got them winning 4-2.
Okay. Well, let's move over to the big one: the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I got Denver. Until somebody beats Jokic and handles him, I think Minnesota's got the capability. They got the ability to do it.
It's again.
I don't. Denver's got too much talent.
How healthy is Minnesota when they get there? Denver. Jokic could lose a leg and he'd still play. He's one of those guys that's otherworldly. Mm-hmm. Does everything well, always there. I'm kind of like you as well. I think he's, until somebody proves they can beat him consistently, they're not going to.
Right.
But it's so hard to repeat anymore. But here we are. Can Denver do it again?
But with the matchup, yeah. It's another one. This is the series I'm most looking forward to. Denver T-Wolves.
Well,
I'm hoping it goes 7.
Well, I hope it's OKC and the Clippers in Denver and the T. There'd be two good matchups going on there, while Boston's on the other side just beating the shit out of
the hell out of everybody.
Yeah. And I don't want that because I want Boston to be worn out when they get to the finals. So I want somebody to stretch them. I want somebody to make them play.
It's not going to happen unless they get Milwaukee.
I know.
If they get Milwaukee, it's going to happen. They'll get tested, I believe.
Yeah.
Before then, they should walk through.
All right. So you got Oklahoma City or the Clippers?
I got Oklahoma City.
Okay, I do too. You got Denver, Minnesota.
I got Denver.
I'm gonna say they both go 7. I'm gonna take Denver, and I got OKC in Denver.
Yeah, and I got Denver. Beating
wow,
OKC.
He's not gonna go homer. He's not going to go home.
As much as I would love to see it, and I hope so. I think it's just asking a little bit too much for these bunch of kids to get all the way to the finals. I hope, but I just don't see that. Again, not against Jokic in that group.
Here's my homer pick. If Oklahoma City doesn't have to play 2 7-game series in a row, I think they got a chance to beat Denver. If they can get out of one with 5 games and get a couple days to rest, and then get out of another one maybe 5 or 6 games and a couple of days to rest, I think they can beat Denver. But if they stretch them out and have a 6 and a 7-game series, I think the pressure might get to them too much. We're going bang 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 bang.
And I think that's what I think. I think the Clippers are going to really push their limits.
Yeah,
I really do.
So I mean,
and that's why I think they're going to run out of it when they hit Denver. And
that's
in the big stage. And
I will have to go out and say I think Denver beats them because of the pressure that comes out. Because I really think the Clippers are going to stretch them out, and
I like the home court.
I do
home
too.
Court's going to help a lot, but I still just don't think.
We're going to revisit this as we go.
Yeah.
And I think there's a possibility as we see how they're playing, if they're still cohesive, if they still look like they got young legs, if they still look like they're seeing the ball well, they're passing well, they're making good plays. I still think they got a shot to beat Denver. So we'll revisit it on a weekly basis and see what's going on.
They got a shot.
At this time, I'm going to go Denver, Boston, and I'm going to go Boston winning it.
That's what exactly. I'm telling you, I think this.
But I'm not putting my bet in right now.
I think this is the year Boston finally does it.
Well,
finally cinches it up.
Yeah, we're going to get to it next week when we hit this again. But for now, let's just do that, and that's where we go. While we're on the NBA, I got to thinking the other day, this whole Bronny situation, where LeBron's wanting to ruin his kid's life. If you're a GM. And you're getting ready for the draft, and you get some stats in front of you that says 25 games, 4.8 points a game, 2.8 rebounds a game, and 2.1 assists per game, with 36% field goal percentage. And this guy's name is Michael Jackson, or Michael Thompson, or Billy Paulson. You don't even look at him. No. You don't even think about him. But this kid's name is Bronny James, and he's LeBron's son. So all of a sudden, he's a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Make me understand that.
I don't remember if it was Cowherd, or I may be quoting the wrong person. I don't remember which one it was, Cowherd or one of the other ones, was saying that he's the best pro prospect he's seen in the past 5-6 years. Some bullshit like that. I don't know. I don't understand.
They're trying to kiss his ass so he'll come on their show or something. Yeah, I don't know.
The kid can't perform at USC. Well,
yes,
he'll get knocked around.
He's going to get thrown around.
Yeah, and that's why wherever he sets up in the draft, whoever they convince that he's going to be the second coming, that's pretty much where you bet LeBron's going to end up.
Yeah,
he's going to try to make it a point to be that first one to play with his son.
Well, sure. I just think it's a very, very bad sign to set, or very, very bad.
But I don't think I think there was something said that he was. I don't know if he didn't sign or what. However, that process goes now, that he's keeping his options open so he can go back. If
in the NBA, you can declare for the NBA draft and then hear what all the scouts had to say about
Right.
you, and then still
Then
go
pull
back
back.
before the draft. So you can't pull back after the draft, but only before the draft.
But I think somebody will take him.
Well,
Somebody's going to do it just simply because of the name and the circus that'll fall.
Well, I just think it's so bad for the kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna submit this kid to NBA talent. You're gonna shove him around simply because he is LeBron's kid. You know, it's gonna make he's just not ready.
No.
I mean, and I'm not an NBA genius. I'm not somebody that follows it 100% of the time. I can see that just by the kid. He's too little. He's not there. There's not enough strength in him to play in the NBA. He doesn't flop as good as his dad.
It's a gift.
No, I don't know.
It's something that.
But here we are, spending 5 minutes talking about
Which
it.
is why somebody's going to take him.
Which is why somebody will take him.
Somebody will
Yeah.
take him, and they'll all.
Well,
There'll be 3 or 4 of them, and
highly possible.
hopefully he'll come out and pull a Deion Sanders and said, "I'll let him play for these 4 teams."
Oh, isn't that great? I'll let him play. You know, he's
I'm
ma-
gonna allow
you know,
him.
Yeah, he's man enough to go to the NBA, but he's only going to play where I tell him
Yeah.
to play. What the hell is that,
Yeah.
Dion? What is that? Well, my kids are only. Wait a minute. How old are your kids? They
Yeah.
still 8,
And
9,
one of them's
10?
not even his kid. So
Well,
one of them's Travis Hunter.
But he kind of is.
Yeah.
You know, he adopted him and everything.
Yeah.
So
Tell everybody 5 teams.
I know.
It's not football season. We'll get there too. The draft is coming up. So
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. So we'll do that
Yeah,
mess
that's
when we
coming
get
up.
to it. So, but anyway, that's where we're at. That's the NBA thing. That's the playoffs coming up. We're gonna be following it as we go. If you got any comments about your selections, we'd like to see them down there. Subscribe. Sorry we've been out for a little while. We had a lot of things come up that kind of kept us away from being here and
Yep.
talking. We did our 2 WrestleMania shows and then the baseball preview, and we are going to get on the baseball season as it starts to progress. And so stand by for those, and we would appreciate anything you do.
that'll work. We
Okay.
got some different shows coming your way too, non-sports related.
Yeah, we're going to do
Soon,
some more
so-
things. So just if
Yep.
you would, just keep
Keep
checking
checking in.
subscribe, like, comment, and we will see you next time. Appreciate it.
See ya.